And here we go. So just started the recording. Again, my name is Sarah Placencia. I am an Insanity Master Trainer, and I'm so excited to be teaching now. Well, I've been teaching Insanity since 2013. I think it was around September is when I became certified. And I just want to give you guys a little bit of my backstory and how I fell into Insanity. And just because it was something that I absolutely hated, but I loved at the same time. And if you've ever done Insanity, you know what I'm talking about. You're like, you can't wait till it's over. And then you did it, and then you're like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. I want to do it again. Because you burn so many calories, and you get to see people sweat, and you get to see all the results. So anyway, it was 2013. I went to it was one of those weekend, oops, let me put off. Sorry, I still have coming up. I don't know how to mute that. Anyway, so it was 2013, and I went away for a weekend. It was you got a Pilates certification on a Saturday, and then on Sunday they had 8 instructors lined up, and you could do the whole day for $100. So I was like, I'm gonna do that because I saw Shaun T's name was at 10 a.m. and I was like, wait a minute, Shaun T's teaching? What? And he was teaching with 8 other people, and I was like, this is huge. And there was probably 40 people there, and I was like, what the heck? It's freaking Shaun T. So I did still kind of new, and so that's maybe why people didn't really know that much about it. It was in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. I don't know, maybe we just not as excited about fitness. I don't know. Anyway, so I took the class, and it was just so incredible, and I was blown away. And I knew right then that as soon as he had a format that you could get certified in, I knew I had to do it because it was just intense, but it was something that you just pushed yourself harder for longer, and I just knew the results were going to be insane. And yeah, since then I was like, please come out with a cert. Please come out with a cert. And so, yeah, that would have been 2011. And then in 2013, the cert came out. So I got certified with round 1. They're called rounds. So we're up to round 14 now. So they're released every other month. So yeah, when I got certified, I was just yep, this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted a class structure that was something where I didn't have a lot of prep time because I teach other formats. I do Zumba, I do strength training, I teach, but I love to choreograph. So that's what I like to do. But then I liked the idea of training people. So boot camp type ideas. And with Insanity, it was definitely something where I didn't have to prep as much. I watched the DVD twice. I would do it once, and then I would take notes. I would watch how they cue, write down some cueing ideas, and then from then on, I would watch. There's form and technique in the DVD that you get, and I was just okay, perfect. And then I'm going to show you my little notes. I know some instructors dance classes, they always say don't have notes, but I feel for Insanity, it's okay to have notes. People are not going to judge you. So I actually write down my warm-up, which is just 6 moves. And then we go right into a little stretch, and then we go right into the blocks. So in each block, I want to talk about class structure. Each block is 4 moves, and they're 30 seconds each. So after the 4 moves, you do get a 30-second break. So it's 2 minutes hard. You got some burpees over here, you got some jump squats, you got some push-ups, insanity moves. And then you get that 30-second break. So you high-five people, maybe go over form, different things like that. So I just love it because it's something where the structure is right there and it's easy to follow. My classes probably know it better than I do because there's this girl, Chris, and I always look at her and she knows the move before I do. So I wouldn't even have to look at my notes because I'm like, Chris, what's next? No, but it's great because it is easy to follow. And again, you watch the DVD twice. So it's 2 hours prep. And then I take my notes with me just in case. And then I teach it for I like to do about 4 to 6 weeks. And then I change it up depending on the rounds that I get. And I can take from other blocks. So if I have a round 13 block and then I get round 14, I take from block 1 and then I'll put it in block 1, but then I'll keep the old block. So it'll be block 1, block 2, block 3. And then at the very end, there's abs and core. So they recently just changed the format. So it's block 1, block 2, block 3. And then block 4 is actually abs. Instead of just 8 minutes of abs, it's 4 minutes of abs. And then that power move at the end. And the power move is after those 4 moves, you go through it 1, 2, 3 times. Third time, you don't get that break. You do a crazy 1-minute move. I know this sounds like crazy and insane, and I want to let you guys know that for the class, they get results and it's crazy tough. But for the instructor, it's actually a lot easier. I had sprained my ankle in December, and I couldn't teach my other classes. But within 2 weeks of healing, I went back into teaching Insanity and I coached the whole thing. So if you are like, you know what, I can't keep up or I can't do this, like, it's okay. We encourage like all the instructors to teach from like the way Shaun T does it. So I don't know if you watch his DVDs, but he's like a motivational coach during it. And he'll like walk around and making sure form is okay. So you don't have to be like front and center, watch me do everything perfectly. You know, you want to be walking around and giving those cues and helping people with form and technique and just motivation, like doing a few moves with them, like, come on, we got this. And even showing the modification, like right next to the person who's like, you're like, okay, I know they're struggling and they're doing a move like bad and they could get hurt. So then you say, do this move with me. Like, let's do it together. And then you show the modified move. Like, they don't know that you're doing a lesser move, but it's still tough, but they have a better form. So it's just a great class to really go over, you know, form, technique, but they get a great workout either way. So that's why I love it. And let's see. So I talked about kind of like the class layout. And then also, what did I want to talk about? Music licensing. So what's awesome about Insanity is, I don't know if anybody else teaches Zumba, but we get to teach Zumba pretty much. Yeah, we got a few. Nice. Pop, pop. Beto shuffle. Here we go. That's right. We got it. I love it. So yeah, so the same thing, like we get the music and we get the DVD and you can teach anywhere, right? Like that's awesome. And if it's Les Mills, I know that they actually charge, like the gyms have to pay Les Mills. I think it's over $3,000 per year. And CrossFit, to have CrossFit, you have to pay, I'm pretty sure that's like $3,800. I don't know, it's something crazy. So the gyms, like they look at it and they're like, no thanks, or we can't afford it, or, you know, or they do it and they're just like, you know, very strict about their instructors. And the instructors are even like, they have to invest in the instructor, and then the instructor goes and then auditions and they don't always get it. So with Insanity, you can teach anywhere. The music license is already put into the DVD. You don't have to worry about that. I teach actually outside in a park in the morning because noon was killing us. It's way too hot in the summer. So I do. I teach outside. I can even recommend, you know, you can teach in a studio. You can teach in a gym, like at a school, a church. That's what's awesome. That's what's awesome about it, because you can teach.
Oh, am I in the garage?
And you don't have to worry. Sorry. And you don't have to worry. I don't think he knows he's on mute.
Probably 6.
Hi.
Well, not 6, like 6:15.
Blaine. Oh, sorry, Blaine. Can you put mute on your phone? Do you mind putting mute? Oh, thank you. Okay. Oh, wait. I hope he didn't leave. There we go. Hey. All right. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. So yes, again, you can teach this anywhere and you don't have to worry about the licensing.
I'm on the chat.
So, so yeah, that's what's awesome about Insanity. Just another reason that I love it, and it's easier for the instructor, and that's what I want. I want something I can learn fast, I can teach, and my students are going to get results because it's upper body, it's lower body, it's core, it's strength, it's agility, it's cardio, it's plyo. It's like all in one. So that's why I love teaching it. Like again, you do get the Insanity DVD. Comes with, like I talked about, each of the blocks are set up in there. And then there are notes. I just like writing out my own notes because these are like microscopic. And if you get like one drop of sweat on there, good luck trying to read it. So I do just write out my own notes. But again, it gives you all of that. It breaks everything down for you, like what the 30 seconds are. And that's the thing, like if you teach other formats, they're always like, okay, listen to the music. And then you'll get it in your head. But what's awesome as well about Insanity music is the music is actually perfectly designed so that you actually hear the wah wah, and then that's the signature to know to go to the next move. So everything's based on like a 32 count, but it equals about 30 seconds, which is awesome. And while you're teaching it, you'll hear that wah wah. And a couple of you have taken my class before. I mean, I can't do the wah wah very well, but anyway, you hear that horn, and actually you hear Shaun T like say like, get in it, let's go. Like, so you actually have his motivation right there with you, which is awesome. So yes, again, and it lists the songs. You do have awesome songs. That's another thing. A lot of them are covers. But the thing is, like, some of them I can't tell they're a cover. Other times I can tell they're a cover. I mean, same thing with any fitness format. Sometimes you're like, "Ooh, I like this mix even better." But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of what you get when you sign up and you get your first round. And then continuing education, you are certified for 1 year unless you sign up for their pro team, which we all have like the licensing fees that we pay, or not licensing fees, but the instructor fees. And that comes to $29 per month. And you get access to their website. And then also, you know, the DVDs are released every other month. And then they also have a bonus block. So in the next, or if you get it in February, then in March you get an added bonus block that you can use in your own classes to like take out one of the rounds or one of the blocks within your class. So that's pretty cool. 25% off the close. And yeah, Pro Team is awesome. What's really cool, one more thing, is the logos for Insanity. They actually encourage you to take their logos and put them on everything. Like, the only thing is you can't sell it, but you can do whatever you want with the Insanity logo. Like, they encourage you, like, put it on your own bag, put it on a shirt, put it on pants, like, make it known. And they actually encourage that. So, which is nice, because I know other places are like, don't make your own, that's illegal. But Insanity and Beachbody programs are very much like, they want you to get the name out there, which makes sense. Let's see. I think I covered quite a bit. And one person did ask about how do you get interest in your gym? The first thing is going to your gym and asking if there's a need for it. And if they don't know about it, there's actually insanitycertification.com. There's awesome, there's a list of what the benefits are to teaching an Insanity class. So you can print that off and say, here you go. What's even better is if you have a friend with you that's getting certified, like that friend, that you and that friend go to that certification, and then you both go into the gym and you say, hey, we think Insanity would do well. We're both certified Insanity live instructors. Here's my sub. So if you want to have Insanity, you already have my sub. Because a lot of gyms say, like, no, there needs to be, you know, more than one, because that makes sense. Because if you're sick, like, what are they going to do, right? So if you have a friend, like, get certified together, because I don't know, it's just an awesome format, and you guys can, you know, help cover each other. I have another girl teaching my Saturday classes for me. So we're like tag teaming. So she'll teach 1 week and then I'll teach the next. So that's just a great way to do it. I didn't see any other questions yet, so I'm going to actually open it up to questions. So if you have a question, just raise your hand. Samantha, so you go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, we're good.
Okay, so I actually wrote down a couple, but I'll just do one at a time. Okay, so it's the same format with size, where you do the one round for like 4 weeks and then add a bonus round on the odd months. Mm-hmm. Do people get tired of doing like the same format for 4 or 6 weeks? Do they get tired of it?
No, that's a great question. And a lot of times, because I've been certified for a while, I've built up my rounds. But the thing is, like, people will end up getting better. And because you have those variations, say you have a class that's like brand new, you might not want to show them like power jumps right off the bat. So what you can do is show the different levels, but maybe take it like, okay, first week, I'm not even going to show the hardest level. So you can progress with it. So that's a way to kind of like keep it fresh and interesting. And honestly, especially with Insanity, like, people kind of like having it, you know, the same repetitive, because then they can see the difference. Because those 30 seconds, if they're like, oh my gosh, I only got through 10 seconds of push-ups, you know, and if they're able to go the full 30 seconds, like, that makes them feel awesome and see the results, because they're able to do like the whole power move by the end of the 6 to 8 weeks. So Good question though.
Okay, the other question I had was, how do you have, like, when you do it at the park, do you have people pay you cash? Do they like sign a waiver, like an injury waiver? Like, what do you do for that?
Yeah, I would say definitely get a waiver, which I have some old ones. So all of my clients that signed the waiver says this is good wherever Sarah Placencia teaches. Okay. So yeah, definitely include that. And then also, yeah, I end up just saying, well, in the park, because I have no overhead, I just do a donation class. So yeah, that's the way I run it. But in the studio, people still buy like the cards, and for that it's like $10 drop in. If they want 10 classes, I charge $70. If they want 20 classes, I charge 120. But depending on your area, you'll kind of know like what your competition is, and like you can definitely see what works for that area. So some places charge $20 for an insanity class. So because it's like training. So, but yeah, that's a good question.
Okay, and the only other question I had was, how much does the certification cost to get insanity certified?
Yes, it is $249.
Okay.
Yep.
I think that's all the questions I had, so I'm going to mute myself now.
Oh, no, you're fine. Thank you for asking them. I so appreciate it. So it's so good. Yeah, I'm so glad you guys are here. I'm excited. So anybody else have any questions? You can just raise your hand. No, not yet. Oh, you have one? Yes. Oh, wait, there's a couple. Kimberly, I saw yours go up first. So go ahead, Kimberly.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, you're good.
Okay, what are the qualifications to have you train at my club?
Yes. Do you mean like?
I have my own studio. What are the qualifications to have you come to a training at my studio?
Oh, you just ask and I'll be right there.
We'll connect.
Yeah, definitely. Just message me, and we have to have a minimum of 8 people sign up in order to push the certification through. So, so yeah, that's why I was hoping I'm going to record this, and then you can send it to any instructors that, you know, have any interest. So yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, Kimberly. I'm definitely looking at different places to travel to, and then, you know, we can work something out. Again, yep, it doesn't cost anything for the instructor to come either. So as long as you're free that day and don't have any classes, like, yeah, that's fine. And we can even work something out, like if you wanted to do a demo class like before, or you wanted to maybe have it be that, you know, the instructors who are like going to take the cert could get the class for free on Friday and then like have a demo, and then people would pay for it, like some of your students or whatever. But then the people who are getting certified, they wouldn't have to pay. Oh, and one more thing, if you get at least 8 people signed up, then one person gets comped. So whoever the studio head is, if you wanted to get certified, you would get comped for that, or one of your instructors, if you wanted to have them get it for free, they can. So good question. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. And then also I saw April, your hand went up, I think. Yes. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Perfect.
Okay. Do you have to have any certifications before, you know, in Zumba we didn't have to, but I didn't know if you have to have any group fitness certifications or
Yeah, no, actually, yeah, they don't. They're talking about doing that in the future, but for right now, they don't. I mean, we always do recommend like AFA eventually, like for group exercise. Yeah, definitely something with that background. But no, in the beginning, you don't. And honestly, you can learn so much from the DVD that you get with form, technique, and cueing. I did have to get used to like the verbal cueing. So, but that's something you just learn as you teach. So good question though. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good deal. Any other questions? Are you good? Okay, and Yashira.
Hey.
Hey, girl. How you doing?
Good, how are you? So,
Yeah.
Sorry, my boys are being loud. They're taking a bath.
Don't worry.
You said that every other month a new set comes out. So is there a cost to get that new I guess set added to your list, your playlist then? Or how does that work?
Yes. Yep. That's considered pro team, and that's what they call pro team. So it'd be $30 for the continuing education, or $29.95. So you pay that monthly, and there's no other fees on top of that. So as long as you're paying that for the continuing education, you'll get a new DVD, new CD, new notes every other month, and then you'll never expire your certification, because that's your certification, continuing education. So yeah, good question though. Yep. And do we have any other questions for you guys? I hope I know all the answers. Oh, Samantha, she's got all the good questions. All right, what's up?
Sorry, one more. Okay, so remember I told you back, I was going to teach PIO at my gym, and they were like, we're not going to do PIO because we have to pay $300 a month to Beachbody. And I was like, I don't think so. But so what do I tell them if they say, well, what do I need to do to like have you teach Insanity? They don't have to do anything, right?
No.
Because they just pay me, or, you know.
Yeah.
So what do I tell them?
Yeah, I would just say, you know, this is, I can send you a format of like their licensing agreement.
Okay.
But after you're certified as an Insanity Live instructor, it's actually in Pro Team. to print off. So I can give you.
So it should be the same for size too, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so it's the same.
All Beachbody programs don't have like an overhead charge. Like the instructor, as long as they're certified and they're able to teach anywhere. So I don't know.
It's like the same as Zumba, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
very much so. Yeah, and that's what's awesome about it, because you don't have to have anything besides yourself. So
Okay,
good question. Yeah. Anybody else have another question? Yes. All right. I saw Emily first. What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello.
Good. Compared to your other formats like Zumba that you teach, is Insanity, is it easier to prep and to learn to get ready for a class?
Yeah. Usually for me, it takes probably like a good 1.5 to 2 hours per 4-minute song. Like for me to know it forward and back and turn it around and face the other way. Like, yeah, for me, I'm looking at like 15 to 20 hours for an hour-long class of a dance format. Like that's just, for me, that's how long it takes.
Right.
Yeah, but for Insanity, like no, it, like I said, it takes probably around 2 hours, because I watch the video and I do the workout and then I watch it again and I take notes on like how they're cueing in the DVD, because, you know, they're the pros and, you know, you want to listen to like, okay, what are they watching out for? You know, and they'll even specify like, you know, watch for your students. They may, you know, lunge forward on this move. Just remind them to keep their knees behind their toes, you know, to land toe ball heel. So all of that is in there. So I usually do take my own notes just to kind of practice. And then also, you know, maybe 3 hours, because then you kind of want to teach it. You can actually mute the DVD and then you could watch it. Or just, like I said, I take my own notes so I can see it because it's big. And then I put it on the floor down below and then kind of practice it that way. So honestly, you're looking at 2 to 3 hours. And then, yeah, and then you can teach that whole hour for 4 to 8 weeks. So, and like I said, when you are pro team, you can actually buy previous rounds at 25% off. So I need to get the number, how much that is. But again, the longer you're certified, the more rounds that you'll have from your library. I know somebody actually, she lets her class decide what type of class it's going to be. She has block 1, block 2, and block 3, like note cards from like 10 rounds. And she's like, all right, you pick round 2. And then they'll go through and shuffle it. And then another person will go through and shuffle it. So then it's kind of fun, because then they're like, oh, you know, Shelly made us hurt. Why'd you have to pick burpees? You know, or it's just kind of fun and then interactive that way. And then your class will change, you know, depending on your mood. And if you want to keep it the same, you can. But if you don't, you can just take out block 2 and replace it with a different block 2. So yeah, good question though.
Okay, thanks.
Any other questions or for Emily? No? Okay. And Rebecca, I saw your hand go up right after Emily's. So go ahead.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. When and where would the certifications be taking place?
Yes.
Like the classes?
Yeah, I do have 2 coming up. So one is in Gahanna, Columbus, or close to Columbus, Ohio. And that's actually coming this Saturday. So it's going to be 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And yes, it's at the Brick House Cardio Club with Chris Chick. I don't know if you know her, but I have that. Oh, good deal. Kimberly might be there. I hope to see you. So actually I have it listed on this event page. And if you go to insanitycertification.com, it will show like what certifications there are in your area. So I have that coming up. And then also I have another one at Hempfield Rec, and that's in Lidditz, Pennsylvania. And that's August 22nd. So I'm also working towards, you know, probably offering my next one in late September or going to Albuquerque, New Mexico. I will do that. Seriously. Oh my gosh. It gets way too cold in Pennsylvania. So when I want to like heat it up, I'm coming to you. So yeah, just contact me and we can set up a date, you know, and a time, and we can knock it out. And usually I recommend 8 to 10 weeks, preferably 10 weeks, because by the time we get, you know, everything situated and then the date set out, and then I have to submit it to beachbody.com, and then we can get it on the books. So if you do have a place in mind that, you know, if either of those areas aren't close to you, you can definitely send me a message and we can talk. So
yeah, because I'm in Georgia.
Oh, you are in Georgia. I have another girl who just messaged me in Georgia. So please shoot me a message and I can there's a couple people now in Georgia that want me to come there. So I'm thinking, like I said, probably fall. We could work something out. Yeah, definitely. Rebecca, send me a message. Or what's your last name, if you don't mind me asking?
Huber, we've been messaging.
Oh my word, you are Becca. Oh my gosh. Oh, see, Becca. See, there it is. See, the Rebecca threw me off. The R-E. Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
But no, never mind. You're the same other girl. Well, it's okay. We're gonna get a lot of people to go. It'll be fun. So yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Any other questions? Oh, and this is gonna cancel in 10 minutes. So real quick, I saw Kimberly's hand go up again, and then April, I'll ask you. So Kimberly, what's up?
Real quick, do you have options as far as class length? Or is it a standard format?
Oh, yes.
Where it's like you can do a half-an-hour class or a 45-minute class. Do you have options like that?
There's a 30-minute option and then a 50-minute option. So 50, like almost an hour. And if you wanted to make it a full hour, you can add on like a longer stretch if you wanted to do something like that. So 30 or 50, and we teach you how to take out and remove the blocks. Same thing with the music. The music is actually seamless. Oops, sorry, that was my dryer. The music is seamless, so the class like never stops. Like you always hear the music going, and then all the cues are in there as well. But even when you take out the blocks, they overlay perfectly, which is awesome. So
nice.
Just don't put crossfade on your iPod, because I've done that before, and it overlapped where the horn was. So like, oh my gosh, what was it? Oh, so I only had 15-second breaks instead of 30. So my class was like, what's going on? I'm like, this is so fast, right? so just don't do crossfade for that reason. Yes. All right. Thank you, Kimberly. All right, April, if you don't mind.
Okay, my only other question is, you get everything you need on the DVDs, right?
Yes, it comes
with Zumba.
Yeah. It comes with
you get everything you need. Okay.
Yes, you see it all. You get the DVD, and it's form and technique. So they even go through an extra form and technique, because they even say this is what to watch out for with your students. So that's also in there as well. And then,
okay, so you just go by what they send you. You don't come up with your own.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and that's the thing too. They do say it is structured that way.
Right.
Just because for safety.
That's perfect.
Okay, good. Yeah, the blocks. And I am so, this is terrible, but I'm so picky about the classes I teach. But Insanity, I don't change anything. Like when I took his class in 2011, I was like, this is my jam. I am going to get certified in it. Because it's like easy to remember. And your students are going to get the results. And like I said, yes, you don't need to change anything, because I don't know, it's perfect. So yeah, great question. Yeah, thank you so much. And was there anybody else have a question? I think it might close in a couple minutes. So maybe one more question, or are we all good? Yeah, we're all good. Oh wait, Holly, last question. All right, Holly, how you doing? Good to see you.
Hi, Sarah. Can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
This is exciting. Hey, I was just wondering, is there a certain demographic or a certain age range that you see doing this program?
Actually, it can vary. Like my fittest student right now, she's 50 years old. So, and she's worked her way up to a 4-minute plank and a 4-minute wall squat, because she does my other challenges. And I'm like, dude, you are like way fitter than I am. Like, this is crazy. No, but she's incredible. But I've talked to other master trainers and instructors, and I've asked, the same thing, and it's across the board. Like, and that's the thing, like the sense of community is there, because you're walking around, you're relating to each person, and you're welcoming them into the class, and you're able to talk with them, which I think makes that difference, because you can go up to somebody and just motivate them the way they would need it, and just say like, oh my gosh, your form is so good. Like, great job on the push-ups. Like, you're so much better. And like, you're doing awesome. And so it's definitely cool to see like the age. I mean, I had a 13-year-old in my class as well. So I mean, it can vary, and there's no weights, which is nice. Like I said, you can teach it anywhere. And so you don't have to worry about like, okay, that person's lifting way too heavy and their form is crazy. Like, it's only your own body weight. And I've even modified it. Like somebody said, I have shoulder issues, what we do is, instead a high plank or even on a wall. So, I mean, there are options out there for everybody, which is nice. So
great.
Yeah, great question.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, well, thank you again, you guys. I know it's going to close soon and I didn't want to like have it end. So thank you all again and keep in touch. I'm going to leave this video, or I'm going to post it in the invite. So if you guys do have friends that, you know, are considering getting trained, I'll put the link of this video in here so that you can share it with them. Maybe there's questions that were answered that, you know, they're like, oh, well, what about this? And you're like, oh, I think she talked about it. You should watch the video. So yeah, definitely send it to them. And yes, I'm so excited to be able to like travel and see people and make it insane. So make it rain, make it insane. Okay. Anyway, thank you again so much. He's laughing in the corner. Again, you guys can message me anytime, any questions you have. Becca, I remember your face now. You're like, I can't believe she doesn't know me. The Rebecca threw me off. So what are you gonna do? I know. My name's Sarah Placencia. I get Placencia all the time. Anyway, so again, thank you again, and I'm gonna close it out. You guys have been awesome, and thank you again for tuning in. It means so much to me. Okay, well, have a happy Monday. See ya. Bye.